A delegation comprising heads of Syrian churches visit to Russia concluded. Bishop Barakat stressed that the evil that came to Syria from abroad and the Western sanctions imposed on the country affect all the Syrian people. In a press conference yesterday, Bishop Barakat said that there cannot be a specific area for the Christians in Syria and other areas for other religions, adding that Syrians know no discrimination among persons. Bishop Isaac Barakat of the Greek Orthodox Patriarchate in Damascus stressed that the Christians in Syria are not a minority, adding that they are Syrians. For his part, Archbishop Boutros Nimeh of the Syriac Orthodox Church in Homs said that the Western sanctions imposed on Syria prevent a lot of materials from entering the country. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov announced that Russia and Kuwait have identical stances on the call for holding an international conference on Syria and support for the international resolution on the chemical weapons in Syria. During a joint press conference with his Kuwaiti counterpart Sabah Khalid al-Hamad al-Sabah held in Moscow, Lavrov warned of any provocations aimed to foil the process of implementing the resolution on the chemical weapons in Syria, adding that Russia and Kuwait called for convening the international conference in Syria without preconditions to achieve the goal of implementing the agreements reached in the first Geneva conference of June 30 of last year. He called upon all international players and Syria's neighboring countries and those with an influential role to work to make the conference a success. For his part, Kuwaiti Foreign Minister voiced his country's support for a political solution in Syria and the need to launch a political process and hold Geneva II conference as soon as possible and with all the details agreed upon. The Organization for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons, OPCW, was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize. OPCW Director General Ahmed Ozomko expressed hope that the prize would help the states possessing chemical weapons to eliminate them. The OPCW was formed in 1997 to enforce the Chemical Weapons Convention. The Chemical Weapons Convention team, currently working in Syria, continued its operations dismantling a number of chemical weapons. Meanwhile, the Security Council agreed on establishing a joint team from the United Nations and the OPCW tasked with dismantling chemical weapons in Syria. A letter sanctioning this team will be sent to the United Nations Secretary General Ban Ki-moon by permanent representatives of Azerbaijan to the United Nations Aksin Mehdiyev, as per Ki-moon's own suggestion in a recent report. All 15 members of the Security Council greenlit this letter rather than issue a resolution in order to save time. Egyptian armed forces have destroyed 4 big tunnels along the border with the Gaza Strip that were used by terrorists to carry out terrorist attacks against the Egyptian army, which claimed the lives of scores of Egyptian officers and soldiers. The operation came following many terrorist attacks, the last of which targeted an armed tank of the Egyptian army with 2 explosive devices, claiming the lives of an officer and wounding other 8.